I like IG's combination. The Chinese region, but for right now at least it's been very common to start this off. Fire Blast comes in as well as the first dive and some Fire Spirits onto Ali. Fly. He goes south of the trees, trying to get a kill here on a PYW. The Adaptive Strike as well as the Waveform. They'll get first blood, and now Fly going into the Strength. They'll get the lockdown out onto the Legion Commander. Yang trying to run away. Ali on with Fly to try and get this kill, but they give up going for it as commit the chrono to this one. If he feels like he might not get the kill, he just needs one bash to really lock this down, and he will commit the chrono. So they do get the kill there on to JT. PYW gets credit for that one. Ali has come towards bottom, but Ori is here with the Dream Coil. So now they've got the silence. They'll have Emo rotate over to maybe help out. Burrow Strike hits onto 2 as well as the Fire Blast. They've got the LSA with the Laguna Blade. Can they get the kill on a Eurus? No, they can't. They leave him alive. He had a sliver of health, got the time walk off. They do end up getting the kill on Ori, so they trade off. It's very detrimental to Fly, who now is dealing with 3 heroes here onto the tier 1 tower. Finally, they get a rotation out, but the Dream Coil ends up getting committed. Emo comes over. Can he help out? He misses the LSA. They're doing a lot of damage onto Fly, but the Dream Coil finally fizzles out. Emo taking a lot as he's now hit with the duel. Illusory Orb comes in, and it's just the lack of rotations coming out. They don't have the ability to go to the outpost. They don't TP to the tier 1. They've got themselves the Fire Snap Cookie as well as the Fire Blast, but Fly, he's dying to neutral creeps. He dies to a trusty shovel neutral creep. Try to head over towards top, but meanwhile, take a look over at Yang. Overwhelming odds as well as press the attack used. Yang trying to survive. They no longer have the Mortimer's Kisses. They're starting to rotate here with the smoke. JT goes into the trees, and I wonder if they're still going to go and jump forward. They've got these 3 heroes smoked behind Ori. Illusion showing towards mid. Camp over to the right end of this tower, but they're starting to group up here on the side of IG. They'll look for the Chronosphere as well as the Dream Coil coming down. That hits on 2. Supernova comes in, and they are going to go through DY, but they lose Emo. JT, he gets in. Viz, Supernova gets the stun on the 3 of these heroes. They've got the duel out onto JT. It looks like they're going to get themselves another victory. Now PYW ends up falling. The damage coming in on the Ollie. The LSA gets thrown from Emo. Who ball back into this fight. They look over at Yang. They'll give the chase. Fly. The damage is there with the Waveform as well as the Adaptive Strike coming in. Not before they get the kill on the Ollie. Ooh, overwhelming odds thrown, I believe, from the Morphling. Yang still on the run somehow. He's made enough distance to get away from this IG side, but that's maybe a little preemptive on my part. Overwhelming odds get these neutral creeps over. Fly and Nemo continuing to give chase. Dragon Slave and Fly hitting away. How far are you willing to go for this? Now you've got Eurus nearby. The Laguna Blade gets committed to this. Fire Snap Cookie misses on the time walking Faceless Void, who gets out of this. Time Dilation. Now the Icarus dive forward. A lot of damage on a Eurus, as well as PYW throwing some spirits over on an Emo, as well as Kaka. Kaka commits to the TP. One shot. Bash? No, not going to get it. So now IG, they're the ones who need to exit. You've got Ori coming over with the Dream Coil available in just 7 seconds. The Veil as well as the Waning Rift. They've got the silence onto the Morphling. With Lich coming over, all he needs really is a Sinister Gaze to pull him in, and then they'll have the Dream Coil to drop on top of him, and that's exactly what they'll get. Morphing into the Strength, trying to survive for as long as he can. He doesn't have any help coming in from the side of IG, and now he's silenced with the Waning Rift once again. The Chain Frost dropped on top of him, doesn't bounce anywhere. It won't matter as DY with the Frost Blast gets the kill. Vessel for the Phoenix. They've got a 4-man smoke as well as the Invis rune being picked up. Eurus going to move forward. They just need to find Eurus, and he's silenced in a lot of trouble. The Dream Coil comes in, they get the kill without using the Chronosphere. This is a big one here for Vici as they take out 2. Don't have to commit the Chronosphere. That's huge for the side of Vici. And that leaves them available to have that Chronosphere to work with in the next fight. Now JT, he's in trouble once again. They've got the duel as well as the silence coming in from the Waning Rift. The Illusory Orb comes in, and the duel lasting long enough for even more duel damage here for Yang. On to 48 duel damage, 4 duel victories. And Fly, if he really does show his face, and well, he's heavy in the adjutant. Yeah, Chronosphere comes in. He starts to morph into the Strength, so he will survive through this for the most part. They also have themselves the outpost nearby. Waveform over. Now they've got themselves the first hit bash. Time walk away. The Epicenter comes in as well as the Burrow Strike. That's going to be out on the Eurus. The Chain Frost doesn't bounce anywhere. JT taking a lot of damage with the Sunray on top of him, as well as the duel coming in from Yang. Mortimer's Kisses really won't do anything with the BKB pop by Eurus. Ollie and Kaka might be next to follow, and they should be next to follow. They look over at the Ogre Magi who's trying to run, but they've got DY right next to him, as well as 4 heroes here ready to get some kills. Scatterblast has pressed the attack, purges off the stun on that. Fire Snap Cookie and a double kill here for Eurus. A 3-for-0 in the favor, available for another 8 seconds. Ollie comes forward, Fly behind him, and just another easy kill there onto the Ogre Magi. Walks up onto the high ground where he was killed last time, and that felt like a bit of a non-move there, moving and committing to that, but the BKB gets committed. They've got themselves the LSA as well as the BKB popped by Emo. The Laguna Blade comes in onto the puck, but it's not enough to get the kill. They've got the duel as well as the right-click damage to get Emo killed off. Sinister Gaze again. Ollie caught out, and they've got no Lina for 90 seconds. Buyback available, just short the gold. We'll go on to the high ground, still holding this Chronosphere. Not even backing off forward. At least take this Setarax over mid. They'd be tricking themselves if they thought otherwise. They still think they can wrap around near the pit. Burrow Strike comes in from the Morphling onto the backlines, looks over at PYW. They've got the Dust Fly now in no man's land. Mortimer's Kisses come through. Chronosphere was used up high, and GG before the fight even ends. Wow. Burrow Strike comes in, and like I had said previously, Invoker is Emo's most played hero in pubs. He's got a 60%. Sorry if that comes off as fake hype, but I love this region. This is first blood for IG, and quick into the permanent agility here for Fly.
I've been wanting to say that since this all
Wait for the second one, but I'm not gonna wait just yet. Meanwhile, 8 stacks on the Essence Shift and an extra 24 agility this early on. That must feel really great. Now we'll look over at the Rubik. They've got the Frost Blast out. Fly doing a lot of damage here. The Essence Shift stacks are starting to stack real high. One more shot on the PYW comes in from Ollie to get the kill there onto the Rubik. Now Fly eats the Fairy Fire. One more shot. Yang ends up dead. And another permanent agility here for the Slark, making it a quick 3-0 in favor of Fly has on his Tusk. Sunstrike. Wide right, Ori trying to get out of here, but the TP over from JT is a little bit short and actually in the trees. They'll still get the kill here out onto Ori, so they take out the Shadow Fiend. Now we look over bottom again onto Yang. The chase is on from Fly. I think maybe thought he had that kill, but the right click comes in from Ollie, and they do end up finishing him off regardless. Meanwhile, we take a look over bottom at Yang. Yang with the Aphotic Shield that finally pops. Fly doing a lot of damage to Sinister Gaze. One more shot will get the kill, and now he's got himself another stack in that permanent agility, up to 4 so early on. Feeding this Slark. And I say that because they have 10 kills within these 8 minutes, but they're going to go after Yang, who does not have the borrowed time. Fly pops the Shadow Dance. Couple more shots. There's another one. Make it 5 permanent agility. And they're pressuring Vici off this mid-tier 1 tower, trying to claim it, and they will. They do have Bloodseeker coming over, who will throw the Rupture on Emo as well as the Blood right down. The Silence comes in and will hit, but the Frost Shield is there. They'll try to fight this. The Sinister Gaze comes out into Ori. The damage being done on Emo, but the Tornado comes through. Emo displaced with the Telekinesis. They'll get the kill onto the Invoker, but they do end up losing this Warlock as well as the Shadow Fiend. They work on a Eurus. They've got the damage. Do they have enough to get the kill? One more shot comes in from Ollie to take out a third. A 3-for-1, and PYW on the run. TP comes in from JT. They'll look over at the Rubik, and really not much of a place to go here for the Rubik, but with the Aphotic Shield is able to survive. To a Spirit Vessel, which has been his standard build for quite some time on this Earth Spirit. Oh, boy, Ori. Rolling Boulder comes in, avoided. Boulder Smash does hit onto Ori. They'll also commit the Chain Frost as well as the Chaos Meteor coming down. That'll take care of the Shadow Fiend, and now with Eurus coming over as well as DUI, can they turn this around to get anything more? Kaka hit with the Rupture, drops down a Remnant, but the Telekinesis drops him in another spot with that Rupture, really gets him low and ends up getting the last blow here for Eurus. JT comes around. Is this the right fight for the side of IG to take? They've got Fly coming around the back. They look over at PYW. The silence is going to hit onto Fly, and now he's within his ulti, trying to go after the side of Vici. With the Chain Frost being stolen by PYW, thrown back at the side of IG. That bounces over to Fly and away from the team. He'll try to heal up away and over to the side. But now he's got the Diffusal Blade up again. He looks over at DY, looking to rip through this Warlock. Does do so successfully, but Fly taking a lot of damage. He needs a little bit of help here from the side of IG. Eurus catching up. Can anybody help him out? JT comes over, but not in time. PYW gets the kill, and now they've gotten themselves the Yules out onto the Nature's Prophet. They'll throw some raises through JT, looking like he's going to fall next as they dive the tier 1 tower, and they've got the telekinesis. They'll get the kill, and it's only a 2,000 net worth lead. And Roche. Tornado comes in on Yang as well as the EMP. Yang in trouble. But they've got the rest of the team coming in. They need to be careful to pop the borrowed time, so that'll at least be down. They've got the Diffusal Blade on Yang as well as the Cold Snap. They've ruptured up Fly once again, as well as their Requiem flying through. Fly just dispatched from this fight. That's a big one here for the side of Vici. They need to be careful with the BKB being popped by Eurus. They'll look over at Emo, who gets into the Ghost Walk now. Kaka on the run. Maelstrom proccing a little bit, but the Ice Wall kind of just, splitting up this fight where Vici aren't able to make it onto the high ground well enough. Ali comes over, thinking about throwing that Chain Frost. You look as Vici now back onto the high ground. And retreat. Rupture coming through on a Kaka. They've got the blood right down, as well as the damage coming out onto both this Lich, as well as the Earth Spirit. They'll get the kill onto both the supports. I think IG are semi-okay with that. Just again, due to the fact that you want Fly. Hang on to the high ground. Telekinesis comes through on a Fly. They've got him calling out with the Sentry Ward down. He needs to be careful. And gets out of the blood rate. Requiem flies through, but the BKB's been popped by Fly. Looking over at yours, doing a little bit of damage here. We take a look at the Essence chip stacks getting up towards the double digits. Now at 11, the Pounce leashes out onto Eurus. They've got the Rolling Boulder as well as the Magnetize coming through from Kaka, but it's not going to be enough damage just yet. Ori hitting away at this Earth Spirit. Chain Frost bouncing around. Can they get the kill on the Yang? They got the kill on the Kaka. They've got Eurus down low, who's trying to leave this fight, but Fly telekinesis from PYW off of the cliff! Oh man, Ori ends up dead off screen somehow. That is such good play there from PYW, and everybody else is... But now finally Emo joins them. They should be able to do enough damage. Fly though gets hit. Now they've got Sprout coming in from PYW. Oh my! All that work! PYW snatches it. BKB's going to be popping as well as the Requiem coming in on the Fly, but he pops the BKB, goes into the Pounce, looking over at PYW. He's got the damage, should be able to run him down, but Eurus coming from the side without the BKB now available on Fly in just a moment. However, they get the kill. The BKB now popped over on JT, hit with the Abyssal Blade coming in from Eurus. They'll get the kill onto the Nature's Prophet just a second away. Wrath of Nature comes in before he ends up dead, but he's gone for 75 seconds without buyback. Now the rest of Vici trying to get out of this one. The Rolling Boulder comes through from Kaka, and now he's got the Magnetize on top of it. The Dark Pack comes through as well as the BKB being popped by Eurus. They've got themselves the Fatal Bonds on the side of the IG, hitting away at them, but the damage coming in with the Chain Frost coming through from Ali is enough to get the kill on Ori. He doesn't have buyback. They'll look over at Yang. He's still, well, now without borrowed time. They also get the Rolling Boulder to hit through on a DY. Yang eating a lot of this damage, but he finally gets hit with a Cold Snap to stop that TP. They'll take out DY as well. Make it a 4-4, I believe, 1. JT buying back in that fight, and it's a 4,000 net worth lead here for IG. PYW snatches the Aegis. It doesn't end up being that beneficial for them as Frost some of those bigger skills while everything seemed to get used here by Vici. They've got Rupture back up in just a moment, but now we take a look over at Yang. He's within the Sprout. They've got the Pounce leashing on Eurus. This is a big problem. The Rupture comes out on a Fly, but I don't think it's going to matter. The Chaotic covering hits on 3 of these heroes. They've got the Ice Wall down with the BKBs on cooldown still for the side of Vici. Now they're trying to run. They've got the Pounce away from Fly. Yang moving forward, looking at JT, but they've got the Telekinesis locking down the Arc for a little bit longer. Ori moving forward. The Rolling Boulder coming in as well as the Abyssal Blade out from Eurus, but it's not going to be enough. Taking a lot of damage here. Fly with the BKB pop moving forward. They've got the borrowed time popped on a Yang. They've only got the kill on a DY for the moment being. Sunstrike comes out. Ori turning around, trying to man-fight this up, but he's taking a lot of damage. He'll end up dead. He'll be gone for 85 seconds without buyback. They'll buyback on PYW. The Pounce leashes up on a Yang. A Photic shield is through, but it's not going to be enough to save his life. Yang gets killed off by Emo, and GG's going to be called by Vici. We go to a game 3 between these two teams to start off this best of 3 in the Chinese Dota 2 Pro League saga. So, Emo on the Storm, JT on the Timbersaw, Fly on that Monkey King. But Emo had a little bit of experience just to start this off. But go for the Lina. The LSA comes through. They've also got DY to help with the Fire Blast. Emo in trouble, gets taken out for First Blood. Goes the way of Ori. LSA flies through. They'll also get the kill on Kaka. They'll get themselves 2 over mid. Ori with the double kill. Meanwhile, bottom, Ali takes out PYW. And Wee comes in. They'll tip back and forth. They've got themselves the homing missile coming through on the JT as well as the rocket barrage. JT gets hit with the fire blast, doesn't timber chain all the way to an escape, and is run down here by Eurus and DY. I'm not certain he was expecting that kind of damage to come his way, as Fly also did, dead to the fire spirits coming through from PYW. Sunray onto Ollie, Yang moving forward, and PYW's got one of the Jingu Mastery. They'll look over at Eurus, but it is just Fly, and now joining in is Emo. They've got the Electric Vortex within the Wukong's command. Can they get the kill on the Eurus? They will. They'll look over at DY, who's got the Bloodlust. They'll try to run. Fly continuing to give chase, but won't be able to keep up. Icarus dive over. Ollie now. Gets the disruption. Also end up using that demonic purge. PYW taking a lot of damage here, but take a look over bottom. Balance Strike comes in and hits onto the Luna as well as the Legion. They'll use the Laguna Blade to go after Emo. They'll get the kill to win the duel on the Yang. Fly, Jingu proc, Timber Chain across, but now the Supernova pops. And take a look, as now they lose Ori. They get the kill on Ollie with PYW using that Supernova. They'll lose Fly, Timber Chain across again. Yang now on the run with the Sunray coming through from PYW. He keeps Legion alive, and they might even look to turn this with the call down coming in from Eurus, who enters the fight. Kaka dead, 4 heroes gone on the side of IG. They've got the homing missile to stun up JT, and a full team wipe here for Vici, as they Bloodstone as well. Kaka. They use the dust. They've got themselves the spike carapace. Wukong's command comes out as well as the balance strike. They'll look over at PYW to try and get this kill once again. He'll go into the pyramid using his supernova. Now Fly needs to leave, but he's got the homing missile coming in on him. So this is going to be potentially a huge issue for him trying to get out of this one, as they've got the LSOA as well as the duel to get Fly. So 2 kills there over top for Vici. The homing missile out onto the Timber Saw. But taking a look bottom, again, IG setting up and posturing nearby. They've got themselves the Impale as well as the Balance Strike coming through, and not worry, they'll get the kill there as Wukong's command is dropped down. Now the Primal Spring back over and back to his team. They were looking over as they've got the Yules out on the Yang. They'll look over to get the kill on the DY. Ogre Magi trying to get a runaway here. The Electric Vortex keeps them close. They'll get themselves a second. Neither of them have buyback. Not that they feel like we've seen better Yang games on Legion, that's for sure. Let's say that'll land on to Emo, but now they're going to start to try to turn this one around. They've got the Yules out on the Yang as well as the Wukong's command coming in. PYW locked up as he's stunned. Icarus dive away, get some space between him and the side of IG. Wukong's circle still up. Laguna Blade comes in, but avoided with the disruption, and now Phoenix with the Supernova. The BKB is going to be popped by Fly. They get the duel. That's the Yang we were looking for, as Fly ends up dead. They'll look over for JT as they got the Spirit Vessel on top of him as well as the Sunray. They'll get the kill on the Timber Saw now. Ooh, Ravage coming in from Kaka, enough to get the kill on Ori. The TP attempt out, and it's enough. He just escapes. He hates Ori. Vici, this could look to be the final fight. Kaka trying to get into the burrow, but he's dueled instead. The Wukong's command comes out from Fly. Ball lightning over. They'll get the kill here onto Eurus. They'll take him out. He's down for 94 seconds without buyback. They'll use the Laguna Blade that's only thrown at Kaka, who still survives with the Yules, and now they're going to look for more. Ori with the BKB, he's able to escape. Now for DY, it's not the same story. They'll get the kill there onto the Ogre Magi. They look over at PYW, who does not have an Icarus dive to work with. Got the Primal Spring, the Sunray onto the low ground with the TP attempt, but they've got the disruption helped by Ollie, and they will take out a fourth. Fly within the trees on the low ground, sending an illusion over. Yang. He pops that BKB. They'll get the duel out on a Fly now. Can the rest of IG come over and help him out? Sunray over. Is the damage going to be there for this Monkey King? No, it won't be. Fly ends up being the first one dead. He's going to be dead for 100 seconds without buyback. That's without the Aegis that just expired. So this is timing's working out for Vici at the moment. They've got the homing missile hitting out onto the Nyx Assassin, but now Emo trying to do work here as he gets the kill on a Yang. They'll take out the Legion Commander with buyback immediately. Now they'll look over at DY. Supernova down. Nobody really hit this. BKB's been popped by Orion. Will run out. They'll get the kill on a DY. The Impale hits on both the Gyro as well as the Lina. They got themselves the Supernova popping with Yang back into the fight as well as the Ogre Magi of DY. So now the disruption out on the Kaka uses that spike carapace, stuns up Eurus as well as PYW and Ori. They'll get the kill here onto the Lina, now dead for 90 seconds without buyback. The Timber Chain across from JT, looking to clean up these heroes that fall back, especially DY and Yang. Timber Chain now hits across on the Gyro, but they've got Ollie moving forward on PYW as well as Yang. They want to take out this Legion Commander if possible. They've got JT locked down. Do they have the damage? He gets the Essence Ring off, survives, gets to the high ground. Now he's able to heal up. Emo back and forth and in and out, but not finding anybody except for the Lina throughout the duration of that fight after the buybacks were committed from DY and Yang. Defend. Timber Chain coming through from JT. And missile started up to hit onto the Timber Saw. Spike Carapace comes through. That'll stun up Yang for a moment. Nemo backs off, but they got the balance strike as well as the impale that hits on Yang, who bought back into the previous engagement. They've got themselves the kill into the Legion Commander. Now they look over the Supernova from PYW. They'll take out the Pyramids. They are demolished. Egypt loses them, and now the rest of Vici will fall. BKB is popped by both Ori as well as Eurus. They go into the well. JT able to survive most of it. Gets the Yules, but GG is called, and IG take the series 2-1 over Vici.